Hello everyone. Welcome to this week's Sale-a-Bration Sunday. I'm pretty excited to bring this little treat to you. This is actually kind of like a two-in-one treat. We have this really adorable little gift box, toolbox kind of thing that you can, fill with any kind of treats or whatever you want. But I have also put in here, this fits right in here. You can even stand it up like this. This fits in here. This is a like matchbook gift card holder. So it opens up just like a little matchbook, and it's pretty cute. So we're going to actually make both of these today. It's a little two-in-one treat. I'm trying to pull myself up on the computer next to me. I'm going live a little bit of a different way. Facebook and I probably shouldn't have said that word. We've been struggling a little bit. We have our differences, and they've been not letting me go live in the way that I would like to go live. So give me one second. I'm sorry. So I'm trying to go in a different way, and I don't know, I'm not finding myself in my group. So I hope I'm in my group. Let me refresh one more time. It's always a struggle, you guys, but I will always post the video onto my feed if it doesn't show up. Let me look one more place. It's so annoying. I don't know. Let me switch over. But thank you guys for joining me. We're featuring for Sale-a-Bration Sunday today. We are featuring the Trusty Toolbox DSP, which is so cute, and it coordinates with the Trusty Tools Bundle. And I don't know, you guys. I know I'm live because I see you guys on there. Hello. I just don't know why it's not showing up for me. Rah. All right, let me share this over here, and I'm gonna go back to my group and see if I can. Thank you guys for your patience. It is, anyway, this is such a cute little treat, and I just love it. I'm so looking forward to this DSP. When it first came out, I was like, oh yes, that's perfect. That's exactly, there I am. Hello. Hello. Okay. That is, I was very excited about this DSP. My dad is a big woodworker, a big tool person. He does a lot of welding. So when this tool set came out in the paper, I was like, hello, yes, I can absolutely get on board with that. So, okay, let's start our Facebook Live now. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am Ruth Norton with Ruth's Stamping Corner, and I'm so excited to share this treat with you, like I was saying. February's Paper Pumpkin, the subscription period is open. You guys, we are almost at the end of January. Can you believe it? We have, I don't know, less than a week left of January. January ends on Wednesday, which is just bananas. I don't know what happened to January. I don't know. It just disappeared. I don't know what happened, but February's Paper Pumpkin is open. The last day to subscribe to this is February 10th, which will come a lot quicker than you think. This is Sweet Springtime. It's going to be adorable. I really can't wait for this one. There's a little bunny on the box. It's going to be a sweet little custom box. Very adorable. Now this die set down here, this one's still available, and this one coordinates with January, February, and March's Paper Pumpkin. It's only $12. You do have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get it, but it's such a good deal, and you'll be able to use it with your Paper Pumpkins for the next couple months. Okay, so tomorrow I am releasing my card crate for February, my sign up for my card crate for February. This one is going to feature the Bright Skies bundle, and I have used this bundle a ton. I shared a card on Friday, which I don't even know if I have. I did it for a swap. I don't have it like on hand or within reach, so I'm not going to grab it, but I shared a card on my blog on Friday using that bundle, and then I just kept creating with this one, and I was like, well, this is such an amazing bundle. And there's coordinating paper in our Sale-a-Bration brochure, which I think we've done stuff with, but my card crate is going to feature fun fold movement cards. It's going to be so fantastic. Let me go through this real quick. Look how adorable this is. So Card Crate is my class to go. It features $20 in product. You can add on the bundle if you want. Look how adorable this is. You can add on the bundle if you need to. So adorable. This one is probably my favorite. Look at that. Ah, I just love it. And then this one is a big fun fold. So, but you can add on the bundle if you need to. You get $20 in product. You get all the supplies for all of the projects. And I have a to-go options. You can get this mailed to, which also includes a PDF and video instructions. I'll also have an in-person option. If you are in the Albuquerque area, you can join me in person. Now, all of the details will be posted on my blog tomorrow, so you can check all of that out if you are interested in the Bright Skies Card Crate class to go. It is a fantastic class to go. The cards are spectacular, and I love it so much. If you are shopping my online store, this is my host code for January. I'll have a brand new host code on Thursday for February, but if you're shopping this month, please use this host code. All orders receive a PDF with 3 exclusive projects. Orders over $50 will receive the make and take kit that coordinates with that, as well as a free celebration item. So don't miss out on that. Okay, before we jump into our project today, though, let's talk about our glass mat again. We're going to be using this today, and I used it a bunch in my last video. In my last Facebook Live last Thursday. The glass mat is fantastic. And right now, the only way to get this glass mat is when you join Stampin' Up. And I have something else in my other hand, so I can't use 2 hands. But when you join Stampin' Up, you can get the Glass Mat Studio for free. So it includes the glass mat. It includes this silicone little mat, which is great for holding your ink pads. It's great for watercoloring. It comes with some little palettes over here to watercolor, and then it has a cleaning cloth as well, and it is a fantastic, this is just so fantastic. I didn't think that I really needed the glass mat, and then I was at a friend's house and she had a glass mat, and I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely need a glass mat. And then Stampin' Up announced not very long after that they were releasing theirs, and it is, I literally can't live without it. If you ever had trouble stamping and getting a clean image, the glass mat will solve that. If you need a more solid surface to stamp on, the glass mat will solve that. There are a bazillion techniques that you can do with the glass mat. I have used this for lots of ink blending, and I just love it. So again, the only way to earn this glass mat for free is to join Stampin' Up. It's to join my team. Now, when you join Stampin' Up, you get to choose 125 in product, and I'm going to share what 125 in product might look like. So I've been doing this for every Sale-a-Bration Sunday Facebook Live, so you can go back and check all the other ones just to see kind of what an assortment of $125 in product looks like. Last week I actually did $155 in product, because if you're not interested in the glass mat, maybe you already have one that you love, or you just don't need one, that's okay. You can still join Sale-a-Bration this month and get a spectacular offer. You get to add an additional $30 to. Instead of $125 in product, you get $155 in product. And I shared that starter kit last week, or a sample of it. Again, the starter kit is all products that you choose. Stampin' Up doesn't choose them. I don't choose them. You choose them. So the first thing in this week's sample starter kit, I'm throwing in some basic white cardstock. This is probably my most used cardstock. I love it. And for everything else in my sample starter kit, it's all going to coordinate very well. Now, I also threw in the Enduring Beauty bundle. Now, this is the bundle that I shared on Thursday when I went live on Thursday, and we made this gorgeous card. And so we have the basic white cardstock here, and then we have the Enduring Beauty bundle here, which is a spectacular bundle which features a stamp set, dies, and decorative masks. So I have that in here. Now, with this Enduring Beauty bundle, you're going to need some blending brushes. So I have blending brushes in here, and you're going to need some ink pads. So I put in the 2 ink pads that I used in for my cards. I have Flirty Flamingo and Granite Apple Green. So I'm kind of going with that theme of that card that I really loved, and we're throwing that in. Now, with the blending brushes and the inks, you can also use some more masks. So if you love masks, you might want to look at our annual catalog. We have a couple more masks in there. This is the 4 square decorative masks, and I love these. He has amazing backgrounds. So I threw that in there too. And then the masks are also great for embossing paste, which I don't use a lot. I really should break this out though. This is really good. It's such a good fun product. So I have the palette knives, which you'll need, and then I have the shimmery embossing paste, which I love. So maybe I'll pull that out. We really need that. And then there was about 8 and some change left, so I threw in some of the sparkle gems, which are some of my favorite embellishments. So that is this week's sample starter kit. So you can see what 125 looks like. You only pay $99. You also get free shipping, and then you get all the demonstrator perks like ordering early and a discount and seeing products early and going to exclusive demonstrator events and so many other perks that I can't even mention. So if you are interested in joining my team, there's a link in the video description. Otherwise, I would love to talk to you about it. You can contact me, and I would love to talk to you about it. All right, let's jump into Sale-a-Bration Sunday. So this week we are featuring the Trusty Toolbox DSP. I'm trying to pull all my stuff out. Guys, I thought I was so organized. I was ready for this. I had everything set up on Friday because I knew Saturday was going to be a mess. It was all set up on Friday, and I think that's my problem because I have everything set up so early. I don't know where I put stuff. But here we go. Anyway, so the Trusty Toolbox DSP, this is free in the Sale-a-Bration brochure. You get a free Sale-a-Bration item with every $50 you spend. There are a couple items in here that are free with $100. The DSP we're using today is free with a $50 order. We have the Trusty Tools Bundle in here in the mini catalog that coordinates perfectly with the Trusty Toolbox DSP, and this bundle is $54.75. So if you buy the bundle, you're already going to get a free Sale-a-Bration item, so you might as well throw in that DSP that's going to coordinate so beautifully. So let's look at the DSP. So it's a 12 by 12 pack. There are pages of just tools, and the dies will cut out a lot of these tools. Otherwise, you can fussy cut them. They're not hard to fussy cut. The opposite side of this one is like a Lost Lagoon wash, which I love. We have a whole sheet of screwdrivers, Poppy Parade screwdrivers, which is great. You could just cut this and make like a border, and I think that would be so fun. Then we have gray granite wash on this side. So the back sides, some of the back sides are nice and neutral. You can use them for anything. This is DSP. We are using this one today. This little drill I just love. But again, the dies are going to cut out a lot of these. Very fun. And then again, just a real basic that you're going to be able to use. Grid paper. It looks like grid paper. These are some hammers, some, I don't know, crushed curry, I think. And then we have some like screws and nuts, which is so cute. This one is supposed to like look like a big toolbox, which is just adorable. And then the back is more Lost Lagoon screws and nuts. And then this one is like a tape measure piece, which is just so adorable. This one actually, you could even use this for like Mary Poppins or something. It doesn't have to be like a tape measure for tools, is what I'm saying. And then you have like a pegboard, pecan pie. So it's really, really great DSP. Definitely you don't have to use it with the tools, but it definitely works great with the tools. So this is what we're making today. We have, so we have our little gift box that we're going to throw together. And then we have this gift card holder, which is like a little matchbook. So it's a really simple gift card holder, and you just can throw it in that little box, and it's a great little gift. And also my little shreddy down here is the DSP. I just cut off tiny little strips of it, then I just crumpled it up and threw it in there. So if you ever need, you know, little shreddy ready to go, just cut up some of your DSP. All right, let's start with the Trusty Tools Bundle, which is just a fantastic bundle, and the dies are phenomenal. So this is a good one to grab. All right, let's start with our tools, because I already have this ready to go. So I've die cut this with the dies, and then I fussy cut a couple of them. So let me pull out the ones that I fussy cut. So these 3 do not have dies. So the screwdriver, the pliers, and the saw, these don't have dies. So these 3 I fussy cut. This one I die cut in advance because I couldn't fit the dies all on there. The other ones, I have them all ready to go here. So we are going to die cut the hammer, the tape measure, and this pencil down here. And you can see where I cut that. What is that, a wrench? I don't know. My dad would be so ashamed. Like, I don't know the name of that. Oh, well, I think it's a wrench. I think. Oh, well. So I have my little mini cut and emboss machine, and we're going to run this through. You can absolutely use these in your big cut and emboss machine. And we're just going to run this through. But I already had these all taped and ready to go. And before I knocked them over, I wanted to make sure that we got these all die cut. So those dies from that bundle, will cut the tools from the DSP. Look at how fantastic. You get a hammer. There is the little tape measure, which is so cute. And the dies for the tape measure are even more adorable. They are so fun. And then the little pencil. So we have all of our little tool pieces ready to go. I'm going to set this somewhere where I'm not going to lose it. We'll see. Maybe right there. All right. All right. Let's get into the box. And we're going to set all of our tools aside. We'll come back to our tools, but I just wanted to get those all die cut. So let's start with our box. So I need a piece of Poppy Parade that is 6.5 by 7 3/4. And we are going to score on all 4 sides. The measurements are the same on all 4 sides. We're going to score it at 1 and 2 1/4 on all 4 sides. So 1 and 2 1/4. And while I'm doing this, you can go ahead and hit that share button. Share this with any of your crafty friends or anybody you want to watch with you. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. That helps my business grow, and it's free for you, and then you never miss a video. So 1 and 2 1/4 on all 4 sides. Okay. And the reason that we're adding that extra score line on the outside is just to kind of reinforce this box. It's going to make it real nice and sturdy. We're going to end up folding these little outside edges into the inside of our box, and it's going to make it really nice and sturdy to just make it a really good sturdy box. Because not that we're putting anything heavy in it, but these outside edges, they also look better when they're folded in, but it's just going to give us a nice little finish, and it's just going to feel more substantial. Okay, so that's it with our bone folder. Just went around and burnished on all the score lines. All right, now with it in the longer side, so this is the 7 3/4 inch side, I'm going to come over 2 score lines, and I'm going to actually cut this at an angle on the big rectangle piece. And then I'm going to go straight down that score line. Okay, and then move over to the next score line. We're going to go down that score line, and we're going to cut this piece off. But when we cut it off, we're going to cut it off at an angle, just like that. And then we're going to cut off this outside edge like that. I'm going to fold this out of the way and then just notch in these tabs. Okay, so that is what it's going to look like on all 4 corners. So we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to notch in right here, go down that score line. I'm going to cut this score line, and then we're going to notch this off like that. Cut this piece off, and then just notch in these little square tabs. They're going to be completely hidden. You're never ever going to see them, so don't worry about those. All right, now flip it around the other way, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So notch in here. And notching in on these outside pieces, when you fold it over, that's going to help it go together much easier. Because we're cutting off all that extra bulk, so it's not going to get in the way. Cut that piece, and then just trim these edges. Okay. And one more, so notch in here. Cut that up. Cut this. And notch in. Okay guys, so there's a couple big football games on today, apparently, I've been told. So apparently this will decide who goes into the Super Bowl, is what I've been told. So do we have any thoughts? I don't know. I don't really care. Who knows? Yeah, I don't care. My husband is not a huge Taylor Swift fan, so he is just rooting for whoever's playing against the team that the Chiefs, I think, is the one that she's on. Well, she's not on it, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I like Taylor Swift. I have no problem. So, you know, I don't mind watching football when they show her, but anyway. Okay, so all 4 of these little tabs, these square tabs, I put the adhesive on. I'm using Stampin' Seal Plus. Now, before we get here together, I'm just going to go around. And on these outside tabs, I'm just going to put some Stampin' Seal Plus on those too. You can use liquid glue for this too. Whatever strong adhesive you want to use is perfectly fine. Oh, the 49ers. Yeah, I don't mind them either. That's fine. I don't care. So what I'm doing is I'm just folding those, the score line to the cut edge. Anyway, last night my son had his winter ball, his high school winter ball. He's a senior, so this was his last one. He was voted onto winter ball court. I'm not really sure what that means, but he got a special crown and he got a sash. And anyway, he was very mortified when I asked him to put on the crown and the sash to take pictures. He was just horrified. So anyway, I'm excited though. I have those pictures forever now. All right, so we have our little box here, and then we have the little tabs. These have the adhesive on them, and all we're going to do is we're just going to fold these over just like this. And so those little tabs right here, they're all going to be sandwiched inside like this. So what you're left with is just a really sturdy box. This is great for when you're making a slider box too, because the sides are nice and sturdy for pulling. But it also just leaves you just a really nice finished box because there's nothing on the inside. There's no tabs on the inside. And it's just a really like clean looking finished box, which I just love. Okay, so that is our little box. Now with the dies, those Trusty Tools dies, I die cut 2 of these pieces. These are going to be the little outside pieces for our box here. But we want to add a little bit of shading to them first. So we're going to do some shading on those. And then these are the handles. Now, the handles just alone, this is just one piece of cardstock. It was a little bit flimsy, and I thought, you know, that's just not going to work. So what I did was I cut 3 of them and I adhered them together, and this makes for a much sturdier, it's almost like a chipboard piece. And so we're going to do 3 of those together. So I'm going to use liquid glue here. Now, if you are clever enough to remember to die cut these with some adhesive sheets, that will make your life easier. But I didn't do that, so we're gonna do some liquid glue. This will go pretty quick. Yeah, yeah, he should be honored. You know, he didn't mind being elected to court, or to royal court, winter ball court, whatever they call it. It was me taking all the pictures that he was very offended at. So, but you know, whatever. He's only a senior for a couple more months, really, and then that's it. We have some big college decisions to make pretty soon, and we're just waiting on some scholarship information on, you know, who's going to give him money, and then we'll make some college decisions, and then I don't know, this fall, I don't know, I'm going to be a mess. I'm just going to put it out there. It's going to be a mess. I saw a shirt on Amazon that said, handle with care. I just dropped off my son or my child at college, and so I think I'm gonna get that shirt because yeah, I'm gonna need that shirt for sure. So so there's our little handles. They're much sturdier, so it's gonna make for a much better handle to pick up if you're gonna use this to pick up from. Okay, so keep that in mind. You're just gonna want a much sturdier box. Okay, now we're gonna add a little bit of shading on these because we just kind of want it to stand out a little bit. You can, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but there's just a little bit of shading on there. Yeah, right. I know, that's what I kept playing. I'm like, all the moms are taking pictures. You have to let me take pictures. And he was just having none of it. Okay, so let's do a little bit of shading. So I have real red here. So this is Poppy Parade cardstock. When I shaded this with Poppy Parade ink, it just, it wasn't dark enough. So I'm going with some real red ink. So I'm just going to plop that down onto my glass mat. I have my red blending brush, and I am just going to go around the edges a little bit. I'm just going to kind of pick this up off of the glass mat and drag it over onto my toolbox there. And it's just going to give you a little bit of shading, kind of just those darker edges where you know, the toolbox might be a little bit worn, it might be a little bit banged up. So we're just going to go through there, give it a little bit of dark shading. And this glass mat is perfect because you can pick up all that ink. You're not going to waste any of it. And then for the handles, just some little spots, some spaces. I'm not going to go too heavy on the handles, just a few little spots. Now I know that this shading is not going to show up real great on camera, but trust me, when you look at this in person, that shading really does add quite a bit. All right, so I'm going to use my cleaning cloth. We're just going to clean up that red ink, and it's ready to go. Okay, so let's get our box back, and I'm going to use liquid glue for this. And for the front and the back, we're going to put on these little front pieces of our toolbox. So just line it up, make sure it's nice and flush on the bottom. It's going to hang off ever so slightly on the sides, maybe just like less than 1/8 of an inch, very, very slightly. It's going to hang off. Just make sure that is all adhered down, and then do the same on the back. that all nice and adhered down with that liquid glue, and just make sure that it's flush along the bottom and just hanging off ever so slightly in an even sort of pattern. All right, let me grab some glue dots. I found the easiest way to stick on these handles was with glue dots. You can do liquid glue. You do kind of have to maneuver some clothespins in there to hold it, but I'm just going to pick up some glue dots on just the little ends of my toolbox, and then we'll just stick them in there. One here and one here, and it kind of bows forward just a little bit. The box is not quite as wide. It needs to be maybe like a 1/16 of an inch wider, but with it bowing out a little bit like that, I kind of like that because I think that gives us more room to put treats and to decorate it. So I don't mind it. But if that is something you are a little bit concerned about, you can attach the handles to the back side of this piece before you glue it down, and that'll sandwich it in between the box and the pieces, and you won't need to worry about it kind of bowing out. But I like the handles inside the toolbox. I think it's really cute. Okay, now to finish up our toolbox, we're gonna add like some little nuts and bolts on these little, you can see these little 4 little dots on each side. So for that, I am using my festive pearls. Now you can use gold or silver. I use silver, and for this one, I did it on both sides, which is a little bit excessive, I think, because that is a ton. That is, what, 16 of these little, so, and nobody's ever going to see the back, really. So if you want, you can get away with just doing the front, which is what we're going to do for the video. I'm just going to do the front, but you could absolutely do the back as well. And these fit perfectly inside these little dots on this die. Go, and only 4 more to go. If you're finding that they're not sticking so well, because sometimes that adhesive just doesn't want to like get nestled into that little indentation on the die, throw in some liquid glue. You can put on another glue dot, that's fine too. Just however you need to get these to stick is good. And I'm using my Take Your Pick tool. So you guys, oh, let me tell you the drama with my Take Your Pick tool. Also, I'm down to like the very end of my putty here, and I know for a fact that I have a refill putty pack, and I cannot find it in my room. I know it's here, and I mean, I also have like 4 Take Your Pick tools, and I can't find them. I don't know where they went. I don't think my kids would have taken them. They're not really useful to them in any way, really. But I can't find them. So Friday, I spent a good like 30 minutes looking. And so now I'm just like, okay, well, I must have put them somewhere super safe because now I can't find them anywhere. So I'm going to do a little bit more searching this afternoon. But if I can't find them, I'm just going to have to order more, which just drives me crazy because as soon as I place that order, it's going to show up, right? Isn't that always the way it goes? All right, now I'm going to set aside a couple of these tools for our little gift card holder that we're going to do in a minute. So I'm going to set aside the tape measure and our wrench, and the rest of the tools we're going to put in the toolbox. And I'm going to use my liquid glue for this. You can use dimensionals or glue dots, whatever you want. So but I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of these, and then we're just going to start sticking them in. But isn't that the way that's the way it always goes? So there's a couple more places that I'm going to look for my let's do the pliers. There's a couple more places I'm going to look for my Take Your Pick tool. Oh, I put that on the wrong side. That's okay. It'll dry. So, but I don't know. Does that happen to you guys? I don't know. It's so very frustrating. And so see, I'm just sticking them in. I'm just gluing them to the back, and I'm going to glue the saw in here. Oh, I did it again. I stuck it on the wrong side. Oh my goodness. So very frustrating. It's quick because I'm trying to talk. I'm talking and not paying attention. That's the problem. That's okay. So I put a little bit of glue on the front in 2 places for this saw so that I can adhere it in both places, just so the saw doesn't kind of flap around. That is not what we need, is a saw just flapping around. Anyway, so hopefully when I go live again on Wednesday, I will be able to say, I found my take your pick stuff. And exactly, once I stop looking, that's where they'll be. Or as soon as I order, that's where they're going to be. But I know I have them because I remember packing them, well, not packing them away. I mean, I have, when my husband and I condensed offices, we share an office. I remember having to move some of my stuff, and I remember specifically seeing those, and I was like, okay, next time I need those, I'm going to remember they're here. Apparently that is not the case, because now I need it, and I don't know where it is, so the drama. All right, we're going to come back to some of these DSP pieces that I just put off the side, but that's our little box. Isn't it so adorable? Now, again, you can fill it with, you know, candy or little shreddy, whatever you want. We are going to make a little gift card holder to sit in there as well. So for this, you're going to need a piece of Lost Lagoon. This is 2.5 by 8 1/4. I'm going to pull out my Simply Scored one more time. This is going to be a long video. I feel like I'm just talking, but that's okay. We're going to score it at 1 on the long side, 4 3/4, and 4 7/8. Okay. So this is just going to make a quick little matchbook style gift card holder. So this is a really quick gift card holder that you can have on hand for any occasion. So we're going to full on burnish on all of those score lines. Now these are only 1/8 of an inch apart here, so just be careful with these. And okay, so we have this. So it's going to be like a little matchbook kind of style like that. Okay, so let's get some DSP on. Let's start decorating these. So I have a piece of, so on the outside piece, so this piece is going to fold over. So we're going to work on like this part. So I have a piece of that DSP, and it is 2 3/8 by 3 1/4. We're going to stick this down. And I have my Stampin' Seal. We haven't used dimensionals on anything yet, you guys. Can you believe it? Don't worry, they're coming. All right, now I have 2 pieces of that same DSP. I've die cut, or not die cut, but I trimmed from the pegboard one and then the tape measure one. This is 2 3/8 by 1/2 inch each. Oh, and it's the same DSP. How funny. I didn't even realize that. So we're just gonna need 2 of these, and we're just going to stick these on. I'm gonna kind of go just kind of below middle. This part's gonna tuck down in, so you don't wanna go too low on this. And we're just gonna put these on here. And then we're gonna grab some dimensionals. Finally using dimensionals. Where are my good dimensionals? Oh. All I have are mini up here. Are you kidding me? Oh, here's some. Okay, good. I hate using the mini ones on camera because they are my nemesis. Once the camera starts rolling, the mini ones are like, no thanks. We don't want to help you. We don't want to work in your favor. All right, so I'm going to stick some dimensionals on the back of both of these tools. We'll peel off the backings. And we're going to stick these on. So just like this. And then our tape measure goes like that. All right, let's add some linen thread to this. Even though it's for a guy, it's okay to add ribbons and twines. We have lots of masculine options. So linen thread, I'm gonna have to trim this because I can't cut it on the spool. So we're just gonna tie a bow. If you really are not in favor of using twines or ribbons for masculine projects, then that's okay. You can always just leave this off. It's still going to be just as cute. So I just tied that into a knot. Having that anchor knot just helps me tie that bow, and then we'll just trim the edges. I'm going to leave like long tails on that. So that's our front. Now we're going to finish that off with something else in just a minute, but let's get the rest of this gift card holder finished. So I have a little stapler here. And I'm just going to staple this bottom, and I am doing this, I'm stapling the bottom, and I'm only going maybe like a 1/4 inch up. I'm not going very far up. I just want to staple this so it leaves us like a little pocket to tuck into. So just about a 1/4 inch up, and I am stapling it so that the smooth part of the staple is on the back and the rough pointy part of the staple is on the front. So can you guys see that? Now the reason I did that is because we're going to cover up this rough part of the staple with some DSP, and that way the gift card holder is completely smooth on the back, and you don't have to worry about anything snagging or poking anything or anything like that. So the DSP on the front. So this piece is 2 3/8 by 7/8, and that's just going to go right on the front right here, and that's going to cover up our staple. You're never going to know it's there. Now for your gift card, I'm just going to attach this with a, put my glue dots away, I shouldn't have done that. I'm just going to put a glue dot on the back of this, and a glue dot they'll be able to pull right off. So just a glue dot on the back. This will slide, tuck right down under, just sits right below that score line. And then this piece tucks in just like that. Isn't that cute? Such a quick little gift card holder. Okay, let's stamp a greeting for it though. So I have some Lost Lagoon ink, and my greeting is from the Trusty Tools. And I just have a piece of paper, and I don't know how big this white piece is. Let me measure it. It is about 1 by 2.5. We're going to do some trimming on it though, so it doesn't need to be perfect. So I'm just going to stamp that toward the bottom so we can trim it. And that's Lost Lagoon ink, which is quickly becoming a huge favorite color of mine. I'm using Lost Lagoon like crazy lately. So I'm going to trim this. Looks like I'm going to trim it to about 3/4 of an inch. So if you want to trim it, it's 3/4 of an inch. All right, and I'm just going to take my scissors, and we're just going to cut down the center and then just make a quick little banner. Okay, get that trash out of the way. And dimensionals. Again, now when you put the dimensionals on, I'm just going to use one of my little edge pieces here, and I am just going to put it right onto the little flap that we stapled. We put that DSP over. If you put dimensionals on the back of this and then stick it down, you might completely close up your gift card holder, and nobody wants that. So I'm actually going to move this over a little bit, and then I'll trim off the excess from the back. Where'd my scissors go? Here, there. So just trim off that excess. There we go. There we go. So there is our little gift card holder, but we're going to finish it off with some of these cork rounds, which are adorable. These are in our mini catalog as well. I lost my take a pic tool again. There it is. This is how they get lost. I'm telling you. So just a few of these. The cork rounds work perfectly with these Trusty Tools. And just a few of these kind of spattered around. And so that is our little gift card holder, which is just adorable, isn't it? So this one will stick in here. And then we have this one for in here. I don't have any of the little shreddy down here, but if you fill this with some chocolate, you can just kind of nestle this in between the chocolate, which would be super cute and yummy. All right, so that is our sweet little, our gift card holder, our Trusty Tools toolbox. You can even do some stamping on the outside of here. You can put a greeting on the outside of here. If you just want to make the toolbox, that's great. If you just want to make the gift card holder, that's great, but they also work really well together. So, so that is it for this week. I hope you guys like this Sale-a-Bration Sunday. I don't know what we're doing next week. Let me see if I can look up. Next week is what, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th? We're 5th. Let's see what we're working on next week. I don't have that ready to go. I've been doing a lot of class planning this week, so I haven't done a lot of like blog planning. Oh, February 4th. Here we go. So we're going to be using the Softly Sophisticated bundle. This is a gorgeous bundle. So I can't wait to make up some projects for you guys with this one. So join me next week for Sale-a-Bration Sunday for that bundle. That's a $100 option bundle as well. And I'll be live again on Wednesday for Facebook Live as well. So thank you guys again for joining me. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.